You ready?
I am.
Cheers me. Cheers. What is going on? Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. It is Wednesday. Welcome back, folks. My name is Gavin. I am your host. Today I have with me a very special guest, a beloved guest, you could say. I have Miss Belle with me.
Hello.
Miss Belle has also been referred to as my lady, or you could say my confidant. She's my lovely girlfriend. Welcome on the show. I still got to do this shot, so give me 1 second. Say hi. Introduce yourself.
Hi. Yeah. I have heard that I've been referred to many times on the show, so.
Only in passing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I'm happy to be here, especially recording with my lovely, handsome man.
Oh, talk a little bit louder so the people can hear you.
I'm sorry. I feel like I can be too loud, so.
Oh, no, you're good. If you're too loud, I'll let you know.
Okay.
There's a reason why you're here today.
Yeah, I hope so.
We aren't just talking about nothing, even though we could do that. That would be fun.
We'd get to a point eventually, I would feel like.
We just recently went on like a half vacation, half work trip. We just got back at fucking
4 in the morning?
Yeah, 2:30, 4 in the morning.
We didn't get back here.
We didn't get home until 4 in the morning. Goddamn Dallas Fort Worth Airport. But yeah, we were on like a half vacation, half work trip. I wasn't fucking working.
Vacation for you, work trip for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not on the level to take podcasting trips quite yet. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There's podcasters who like go on
to interview
tours.
People and
not even they will, or just like go on tours in front of a live audience.
Yeah, that's like the basement yard dudes, Joey and Frank.
They do that?
Yeah.
Respect. No one ever comes here. Podcast tours never come here. Do you know the
which is surprising. We have a really good
There's some good venues.
Yeah, no, we just have like a really good outing scene in Minneapolis, so I am surprised.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Fuck, dude, I forgot. It's pointless now. Someone's coming to Target Field this November, October. We are going to have to go.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw a post of someone that you like, that they were coming here in like September.
To Target Field, too. And I was like, dude, shows at Target Field are lit.
Yeah, I think I saw that, and I forgot who it was.
What was I saying just before that?
We got on a sidebar.
Sidebar, we were talking about trips. How did we go from plane rides to venues?
Oh, you're talking about hopefully you can travel to podcast.
Oh, yeah, I was saying the game over, man, the workaholic guys.
Yeah.
That's because they're all like.
You want me to take him out of here?
He's fine. He can be if he's tweaking, we can take the cat out.
He's tweaking.
If you've been listening to the show, yeah, you can take him out. I'll keep going.
I'll give him a good meow on the mic quick.
I'll say you can probably hear it, but if you've been
say hello.
Listening on the show, he's this is my cat, Cum Socks, our cat. He normally isn't allowed in this room, but we thought we'd give him a chance today with the cat carrier.
He did okay. Now he's tweaking.
In previous episodes, if you listen close enough, go back and listen, folks. He's a
cameo.
You can hear him in the background
featuring
ever so slightly, just like a very.
I'm gonna take him out of here.
All right, a very faint mew. So yeah, we thought we'd bring him on. But where did we go on this half vacation, half work trip? I guess. I mean, unless you know us and you literally know where we were. Guess? I'll give you 5 seconds.
Okay, go. Get out. Go away.
Your guess is probably wrong. I'm just going to let you know right now. I'd never heard of this town before. We went to Colorado. Maybe we just don't know cities very well. But the town was called
Grand Junction.
And Miss Belle, Miss Lady, my lovely lady, explain why did we go to Grand Junction?
So if you guys are familiar with the very popular tattoo show Ink Master, the so far only, but the female winner, I forget exactly what season she won, but her name is Ryan Ashley, and now in the most recent seasons, she is a judge. She owns a studio called Elysium Studios in Grand Junction, and a little while ago, I would say probably
Like
around
March?
December.
March?
No, it was around December.
When we were still at the other house before we moved.
Just around December, they had posted that they were looking for guest artists. So I was a little tipsy, you might say.
You can hear him. I don't know if you can hear him through the headphones, but he's doing it. You'll be able to hear him in the background.
But they had posted that they were looking for guest artists, and I was a little tipsy and said, "Oh, why not? I'll apply." Well, the worst they can say is no. They accepted my application graciously. I was very, very excited.
Wow.
And we set up a date a week to go to Grand Junction so I could tattoo at Elysium Studios.
You sent that message after you had a drink or two?
Yeah. I needed to build a little bit of confidence. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet Miss Ryan, but I did get to meet a lot of the other amazing artists that they have there. And yeah.
Yeah, so there's, that shop, Elysium. The Elysium, if you're a Pokemon fan, that should remind you of the Pokemon. His name is like Elegy, Elegy. And like that Pokemon design is very much how the decorations of that shop are.
It's very like
the first
vintage white gold, marbly.
Yep.
Very filigree gold with like a white marbly background.
Yeah, there's like thrones all over. It's kind of like
it's very cathedral, very godlike cathedral-y. Very royal cathedral.
The building used to be some sort of religious building.
It used to be a Christian Science church.
Yeah, and so you can imagine kind of what's that called? Like the main hall or the
hall, yeah.
Where the altar is. They didn't change a lot of the original architecture of the building.
Which is awesome.
Dude,
it's beautiful.
It's a really cool shop.
I recommend,
we got to go there.
Looking it up on just like Google Maps, or you can go to their Instagram page, which is just Elysium Studios. Little plug, not plug for them, but and they have pictures of their studio all over their page. It's gorgeous.
It's a beautiful studio, especially when you think of a tattoo shop. It's definitely not what you would picture in your head, but yeah, I kind of thought we could take this episode and, I have the perfect guest for our little vacation. We could take this episode and kind of just maybe go through the events of our trip. Nothing too crazy happened.
Something a little crazy happened.
Yeah, there was. There may be some nudity involved. Maybe.
This is, what is it? Is it rated R or are we doing PG-13 today? M for mature?
All of these episodes, when I post them, it has a tag. It's like, does this episode include explicit content? Sorry if you can hear my upstairs neighbors. So far, I've yet to do an episode where I didn't tick that little box.
Fair.
So, but all right, let's start it off here. We left Monday, June 3rd.
At 7:30 in the morning.
Yes, we got picked up by one of your coworkers. What a great guy. He even got here early to pick us up for the airport.
He did.
We get to the airport. We are fucking, you got to check your bag. And
I did. It was the first time I ever had to pack and bring tattoo equipment onto a plane. And if you don't know, there's a lot of inks involved. I am personally a color tattoo artist, so there was a lot of inks involved. And I made a mess later, but it was fine. But yeah, I had to check a bag for the first time.
And a bag full of valuable equipment. So
so much.
We got to the line and you said, and it's like thinking about it, it's like.
It feels like a dumb question.
It kind of sounds suspicious even when you ask it, but we get up to the American Airlines line and you're like, all right, can you guys like fucking check my bag now?
No, I said, can you guys, you might understand this when I explain it a little bit, but I asked, this has a lot of sterile, expensive equipment in it. If it needs to be screened or checked, can you guys check it here where it's a little bit more of a sterile area? Because I was just worried as it goes back through the airport. I don't know what's back there. I don't know how much it gets cleaned. At least the front seemed fairly clean. So I would rather them check my sterile equipment in a space that I can see is visually clean at least, rather than whatever the fuck goes on back there. I have no idea.
I do think, because we've watched enough like border stuff, and it wasn't a border, but
I watched airplane control
when they
like airport control,
those shows, dude, those shows are so good.
I know.
When they check a bag, they usually bring it to not a sterile environment, but it's like an environment. It's like a table like this with nothing on it. Like they'll bring it and empty all of the contents.
I feel like they do that if they suspect there's drugs.
They might, or I mean,
but I did
with
bring
yours,
a lot of bottles of ink.
Yeah,
we've seen some crazy stuff,
dude. Oh my god,
it was an international thing.
That one border show, homies are sneaking meth disguised as beer over the border.
No, they had one. They also had one in that show. I think it was seized at the border, U.S. Mexico border.
Yeah,
they had one where they put like meth or coke or heroin in paint, and it wasn't like they put bags of it in paint. It was mixed in with the paint,
like chemically.
Yeah, so then when they brought it over the border into the US, they had like guy chemists, if you want to say
basement chemists.
Yeah, like separate the meth from the paint. So be careful when you're smoking street drugs, because it could have just been mixed with paint.
Yeah, that's fucking. You're shooting paint. You're fucking
lead,
shooting
like paint.
Oyster blue into your veins. You're fucking.
Jesus, this is Robin Eggs blue.
You're fucking shooting eggshell white into your veins, dude.
And they only found it because the paint density was off, and that's crazy.
So yeah, you asked that question, and they were like, "Look, the lady was." She was kind of like, dude,
I'm not sure.
They're not going to give a fuck about your bag, honestly.
Sweet.
She was like, they're going to see it and pass it right along.
She did ask, because I have needles. So I was like, I have needles and like bottles of ink, and they're worried about aerosol. So she had to ask to make sure the bottles were
pressurized
good.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and everything was all good. They sent it back. I don't think they checked it.
Imagine you had spray on tattooing.
I did have a thing of Bactine.
It's
not really an aerosol.
No, because it's just like a fucking...
A spray.
It's just got like
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, they mean like, our sunscreen, like that banana boat bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, so we get
whippets.
We get through TSA day one. Some whippets. Jesus Christ.
Imagine.
Let me just bring my whippets on the plane. Mom, you got to check my bag. I don't have enough room after all my fucking whippets. We're 21. I'm 20. You're 21 now. So
I am.
We get to enjoy the delight of having a margarita at 8 a.m.
We
before our flight. Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool.
It was expensive, but it was worth it. It was good.
Yeah, it's airport drinks. People always say that, and people always talk about it, and it's cool to now be a part of that.
Yeah.
That we can be like, oh, these fucking airport prices are so expensive, but we still are buying 2 or 3 drinks before our flight. The flight was good. We had a connecting flight on our way there.
Fine.
Chilled, bro. We went to Dallas Fort Worth. Chill. Our flight was delayed, but both of our flights there and out were delayed, so
we'll
it kind of
like the out ones.
So it kind of like evened itself out. We were all good. We God, excuse, this wine is will make me a little burpy. Yeah, we're drinking some Lake Town, Minnesota sparkling rosé.
It's good. I recommend.
It's honestly great.
Dude, we arrived at like 4:30 and checked in our hotel. Oh, we got a rental car too. That was nice.
The first time I've ever got a rental car.
Yeah, we got a 2023 Chevy Malibu.
It was.
We couldn't freaking connect. Whoever the fuck you are named Roger that rented a 2023 Chevy Malibu and went to Grand Junction. Fuck you, dude.
Why are you?
Why do you have 3 phones connected to the Apple CarPlay?
Rogers Galaxy S fucking 9 Plus or some shit. I looked at it all week, but Yeah,
we couldn't disconnect it.
It was the same model car I have, but 12 years newer? And I was like, oh, fuck. Dude,
it was nice.
I need a new car. So
he went out when we came back. Today he went and cleaned his car so he could feel like he had a nice new car again.
I cleaned my car and bought seat covers like a fucking tool.
Like an adult.
And I was like, my God.
You're not a tool for that.
Doing
You're
man things.
I have fuzzy steering wheel covers.
I have a theory. All pretty ladies, well, it's like squares or rectangle. If a lady has a fuzzy steering wheel cover, she's probably a pretty lady.
She's a pretty lady. Or a very pretty gay man.
Or, yeah, probably a gay man.
Very pretty gay man.
That's my theory, though. If a lady has especially if it's like your car, because, you got a newer one now, but you've had this one, especially if the car's a shitty car and she's got a fucking fuzzy steering wheel cover, she's probably a cutie. You don't have to wear those headphones if you don't want.
Not really. They're kind of falling out of my ears.
You don't have to wear them.
Okay. They're falling out of my ears really bad.
Fucking take them off. Fuck them.
Cool.
Welcome to the non-headphone world.
I enjoy it. They're falling out of my ears.
It was making you talk a little bit quieter. But, all right, we get to Grand Junction. And we got this fucking rental car because we didn't want to pay for Ubers. And then so we punch in the address to our hotel. It's literally 4 minutes away from
It would have
the
been like
airport.
a 15-minute walk.
Like, we dead ass could have walked. But whatever, we get to the airport first night. Or we get to the hotel. Oh, so we go to the hotel, check into the room. And y'all know me. I was like...
Immediately.
I was like, where the weed at? Because we don't fucking have dispensaries up here yet. So,
hopefully soon.
I looked up. There was a couple around. I think we went to 2 dispensaries our first night. I bought, a couple little cartridges, some jaunts. Here we go. What you got?
Also, I don't really smoke weed. I haven't for over 6 months now. But I got some edibles. I have yet to try them, so.
They're like...
They're like 2.5 THC, but they're to help me sleep, so I'm excited to try them.
The lowest. You didn't even... I was going to get to there.
They had 2 milligram ones.
Those are 2 milligrammers.
They're 2.5.
Okay. They're like they're Altoid sleep mint.
Yeah.
They put weed in everything.
Anything,
dude, there was like weed.
They got weed whippets, bro.
There was like weed caramels. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, those would probably be really good.
Anyways, we go to the dispensary first night. Okay. And then I was like, okay, Miss Lady, I'll let you, pick dinner the first night. You find us a cool spot.
I did. It was a hot pot.
We went to a Korean?
No, it's just like an Asian style hot pot.
It was a Asian style. The guy...
So sweet.
The guy working at this fucking restaurant. Absolute character, straight out of a movie.
I loved him.
If I was writing like an Adam Sandler movie and they wound up at a Asian restaurant, this would be the guy that I casted. He is like, oh my God.
Just a sweetheart.
When you think of like the stereotypical, and I hate to marginalize, you know what I mean, but the stereotypical just sweet
hot pot owner. That's this guy.
Vietnamese or Taiwanese man.
Just an Asian guy.
He was great. Every time he was talking to Belle, what would he say? You could do it. He'd say, "Okay, honey."
Okay, sweetie. Okay, honey. Thank you, sweetheart.
He was so great.
You try our house sauce?
He asked you, "Do you like spicy?" And you're like, "No,
no spicy."
And
he said, "Oh, it's okay. We have sesame." It was delicious.
A great man.
I got lamb and chicken.
Lamb and chicken. Hot pots are great. I'm not the biggest fan of Asian food in general, but you've opened my eyes quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people think it's just like Chinese and Vietnamese. Dude, in certain areas. I mean, it depends where you live demographically.
There's a lot of Asians. There's a lot of Asians, dude. There's so many different kinds of them.
There's a lot of different cultures of food that you can try within the Asian demographic.
And they all have very different food. And
it's a Korean and Vietnamese food.
For so long, when I thought of Korean food, I just thought of like barbecue, like chicken.
Yeah, Korean barbecue.
And then like I went to a real Korean restaurant and I was like, whoa.
They have some stuff that as like traditional white Americans, you're like, but give it a try,
Yeah.
Not the tripe. Tripe is maybe not where it's at, but
hey, if you grew up eating it, it's probably
amazing. It's just beef intestine, and it's beef tendons. It's not intestine. It's tendons.
Thought it was the fat.
No, they look like a little tiny spine. It looks like a little, and it's real rubbery. You gotta look it up. It's called a tripe. Beef tripe.
I would say that it's always labeled as beef. I don't know if I've ever seen pork, but I bet it's probably eaten.
It's the tendons. Ooh. It looks like a little spine, and it really doesn't have a flavor. It can get a flavor if you have it in like a miso broth.
Your first thing was right. It is the stomach lining.
Oh, it is? I thought it was tendon.
It is a cut of meat that comes from the stomach lining of farm animals, including cows, pigs, sheep, and goats. Also, look at it.
I know.
Shot glass over. It kind of just looks like weird ham.
Oh, I've seen it displayed differently. I guess Google is... I've seen like strips. So they usually make this into like strips.
So honestly, it doesn't look that bad.
It kind of looks like honeycomb on here, but I've only eaten it as like noodle strips.
But like,
it really doesn't have a flavor. It's real rubbery in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Asian food is good. Give banh mi and vermicelli salad a try. Chicken bulgogi, which is Korean, is incredible.
Yeah, if you grew up eating it, just like in like Greenland, where they eat like fermented birds.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
They eat like fermented ox or whatever, wherever ox come from.
Fermented meat is not a wild concept.
No, but like the way that they eat it is they put the whole bird in the ground and then like they'll bite the head off and like drink the juices of the bird. Or like
a century egg where you like bury an egg.
Yeah. But like if you were like a baby and they fed you that,
look.
Probably like it.
Look. We eat disgusting, fatty, double-decker, triple cheese, buttery, gooey hamburgers.
I don't know who we is. I don't eat that.
Okay, well, as I don't either, but as Americans, so other people might see. I think it's gross personally. I think that's just gut rot. But I get it, so don't be quick.
So we have the hot pot with probably. I would trust my family. I would trust my life around that man with the character from the restaurant, the Smile Hot Pot. If you're in Grand Junction, which I doubt you are.
You might be.
Go to the Smile Hot Pot.
It was good. It was good.
Just regular night, we call it a night early because...
No, we went bowling.
First night? That was first night?
Yeah, we went bowling after the hot pot.
Oh my God, dude. We went bowling and I had like...
He choked.
I was like nerding out, bro. I had like the best game of bowling I had in like years, dude.
It was good. He was cute.
I was flexing. I did a victory lap around the bowling alley at one point.
He got a nice picture of me. It's me standing in front of our scores, and he has clearly doubled my bowling score, and I'm just very straight face holding up the middle finger at him. And I personally really like the picture.
It was cute. It was a good time. Wow, I forgot that we did that. Oh, if you press this, it mutes. Press the red button, it mutes it. Hey, that's real life, baby. Then after that, we called it a night. Did we have a drink at the hotel that night?
I don't remember.
We might have.
No, I think we did because we came back real late. We were like the last ones in the bar, and I was like, "Hurry up and slam your drink! This guy's got to go home." Like the bar closes at like 11, and it was like 10:40, and I was like, "Please!" And he's like vacuuming, and we walk in, and we're like, "Can we still get a drink?" And he's like, "Sure." And I make him
rolls his eyes at us.
No, he was nice. He was nice about it, and I told Gavin, I said, "Slam your drink so this man can go home."
Yeah. Then we called it a night.
Yeah.
It wasn't an early night. It was a regular night.
The second day, so Tuesday, was one of my favorite days I've had all year. We had we were super hungover.
Not even super hungover.
I was pretty hungover. No, not
we
super.
Stopped. Oh wait, shit. Also, oh shit, got a little wine on my notebook. Do you want more?
No, that's fine.
I stopped at a Wii. I don't know if it was first time for you, but first time for me.
You
I ever went to a
what?
Safeway.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah, which is basically just like our Hy-Vees. There's just like a Hy-Vee.
They just like got liquor up in there, which is we talked about this. It's so crazy to Minnesotans.
No, yeah, like sidebar. As a true born Minnesotan,
well, not a bastard Minnesotan. You're not a Minnesota snow.
I wasn't imported. No, I'm a true born Minnesotan. We in my lifetime, and you know, it's been around for a long time, as I know, but you cannot buy liquor from grocery stores, from Walmarts, from any normal, like you can't buy them from gas stations, you can't buy them from Walgreens or CVS. You can only buy liquor at a liquor store. So going into, anytime we go to a different state, anytime we go into a Walmart, a CVS, a gas station, seeing that you can just purchase like not just beer, because you can get like a can of Coors Light at like your local
Quick Trip.
Yeah, your local Sinclair.
Making me happy.
Right, you can get some Seagrams, you know, the 3%, you know, but you can't buy liquor. And to see that they just have bottles of liquor is an absolutely
in the aisle
wild
next
concept.
to fucking like diapers and cereal and shit.
It's insane.
It was like
it's
at the
crazy.
one we went to, it was literally like baby diapers on one side and fucking bottles on the other side. Like
you look baby diapers and rum. You can get them both.
Yeah,
you're here.
We know that if you're a mom,
it's
you
wild.
want some of each of these.
That's crazy. Like you can't even buy wine in like a normal store here.
No.
You can buy like a Bud Light, a pack of Bud Light, and that's about as best as you can get.
I don't even think you can buy. Can you buy? Oh yeah, you can buy like 12 packs.
Yeah. It's just like a pack, you know. But that's his bet. And then like also in Minnesota, they close that section of a gas station at a certain time. So let's say you have like a 24-hour gas station. Even if they sell Bud Light or Coors, they close that part off after 10 o'clock.
You're not allowed to drink in the Midwest.
10:10, even if you could buy it because it's there, you can't, because they close their liquor sales at a certain time.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely wild when you travel to other places and see how they handle their liquor
knowing
sales.
That, you would think like, fuck, are we like some weird kind of Mormons or Catholic shit? No,
we're all alcoholics here still.
And it's like, we're
no better than Wisconsin.
As a super blue state too, it's like you'd think they'd want people to have their booze. Like, let the people have what they want.
You could probably look it up and see why Minnesota. There's probably some kind of state law with it, you know. But
maybe
that's
Tim
crazy.
Walz is just a cock.
Maybe that's a different episode.
Oh God, no one's listening to the history of alcohol in Minnesota.
Look, locals in Minnesota love Minnesota. They might.
All right. We were slightly hungover in the morning. We went to, personally, my favorite breakfast spot that we had on the whole trip.
Not quite mine, but
it was called First Watch. I got a pancake that was as big as a fucking dinner plate, full of chocolate chips. We got some bacon that was kind of mid. Whatever.
It was cold.
The food was good overall. Just the bacon was kind of cold, which was weird. But then after that, we thought, hey, you know, you don't work. Let's you don't work.
I took the day
yet.
off to explore the town.
And we were like, we got this rental car. Let's go
for a drive.
Let's go for a drive. So we looked around, and you got one of them like tourist.
Yeah, they have all those. I grab them. I'm a little tourist. They have them at the hotels.
Shit,
I grab them.
It worked out for us.
Yeah.
And we were just checking out things to do. You found a dinosaur
museum.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It was definitely like
we'll just
meant
skip
for
over
like
that part.
8 to 14-year-old boys.
Yeah,
that's all we gotta say.
It made the little boy like soul in me happy, but you know, it wasn't something to rave about.
Imagine if you were a 12-year-old boy and your birthday party was there.
Dude,
that would go hard. You have a dino, like a T-Rex birthday cake. Go hard,
dude.
Yeah. So we did that, and we're like, cool. What's out here? And then we were like, oh, you found like this hot spring. And my entire life, I've always wanted to go to a hot spring. I've like kind of had this weird fantasy that like
bucket list.
Yeah, that's the word. It's like a bucket list where I was like, I don't even have a real bucket list for my life, but for some reason going to a hot spring.
Usually you make one when you're like 40.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to, especially because they're fucking nowhere around here.
We don't have hot springs.
Yeah, I was like, I've always wanted to just go to like, and some people are like, oh, that's just like a weird bath with strangers. But like,
kind of.
I mean, if you look at
kind of.
it, I mean,
you get over it. Yeah, so is a hot tub. So is a pool. I mean, so is a lake. It's just more spread out. You know? Like,
and but we found one that was in
Telluride.
Which I'm still not sure if that's the proper way to
That
say
is.
that.
I confirmed it with many locals. It is Telluride, Colorado.
It was a 2-hour drive.
About an hour and a half.
No, it was like an hour 45.
Oh, wow.
And with traffic and fucking
beautiful drive.
You took a nap, motherfucker.
I
took a nap.
Saw the ride back. I was awake for the ride back.
Almost dark on the way back.
And I still saw it. I took pictures.
My first time ever being out to the mountains in like Colorado especially.
Wait, sidebar? Now that you've seen the mountains, would you prefer a beach vacation or a mountain vacation?
If I get to pick one vacation a year, like, you know, traditional.
No, just like if it was all inclusive, all paid for, and someone said you could be in the beach or the mountains. Beach. Okay.
But I want to, if it's like you only get one for the rest of your life, I would want to do a beach. But I want to do more mountain vacations.
They're beautiful.
I just have a connection with the beach and the sun. Just being a lizard in the sun, you know what I mean?
Lizards live in the mountains.
Fucking weird Heidi lizards.
Hey there, that's what we are.
the big lizards with spines are on the beaches and shit.
I don't think so.
Iguanas? Dude.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
When I went to Miami, I saw plenty of iguanas. Anyways, first drive through the mountains, it was gorgeous. Since the Bluetooth didn't work, I wasn't really listening to the radio, so I was kind of just like admiring the scenery.
Almost getting into accidents because you're looking at the mountains so hard.
Oh, God, there was a couple times where like, whoa, kind of halfway in the shoulder right now.
Got to put on that drive assist.
I didn't get the full coverage insurance on this rental car now. Fuck. We got to the hot springs, and the lady working behind the desk, she was great.
Amazing lady. Props to her.
She was like, listen, y'all, I will kick you out if you do anything crazy. Like
she was very, very specific on no phones, no tablets, no electronics. Because
most hot springs are clothing optional.
Yes.
Which I kind of always knew.
You assume.
And in my like bucket list idea of me going to one, I wanted to go to one like when there was nobody there. But after going to this one, I learned that's probably not possible because of how dope it was, dude.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We went in there, you know, changing to our swimsuits because we're just fucking afraid little kids. And immedately when you walk out of the door, as soon as you walk out of the door
straight
into the area,
dong.
Yeah,
a
dude.
Full frontal dong.
There was like
all ages.
There was a pathway
least the one we
split
went
off into like 3 different areas, and there was like a little
each
grass
direction.
Patch. No. When you first walk out the door into the area, it split off into 3 different sections, and right in the split off area was a grass patch, and there was a man laying on a towel, fucking spread eagle on his back, reading a book with his cock out.
This man was like full dong, full frontal, like doing yoga.
His birthday suit.
Doing like yoga poses. Like, and you think, you know, you got to be respectful. And like, obviously, I fucking give props to that man. I wish I had the confidence of that older gentleman. I will tell you what.
It's very sorry. We had a little. It's very jarring.
It is. When you're a younger person and you have never been to one of these. You don't really hear about it because you're from the northern states that don't have it. You can only imagine what it's like, and what you imagine is fairly accurate. But when you actually see it with your own two eyes,
it's kind of mind blowing.
You kind of like immediately are just like, oh, okay. That pool is empty. Let's go sit in that one to start.
Yeah, so we walked in and we kind of were trying to feel out the area, and we saw a pool that was empty, and we were like, okay, we'll go sit very far away from all the naked people at first. And we went and sat far away, and we're kind of talking like, yo, this is fucking wild. I don't know if we should be here. Like, should we leave? We drove 2 hours to get here. We kind of should stay for a little bit.
I didn't want to leave. I needed to get into the comfortability, I think.
And the pool also that we picked, I think no one was in there because it was fucking freezing. We sit down and I'm like, oh my God, I'm happy I'm not naked in this pool, dude.
It was very cold, and that probably explains why nobody was in. The lady came by a little bit, like probably 10 minutes after we were in there, and checked the temperature, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry guys, the heater wasn't on, and it was 88 degrees.
No, she said she said the cold water was turned on.
She said the cold was on, and for reference, like 88 degrees doesn't sound cold for water, but some of these other pools were like 115 degrees.
And it's crazy. That's how you know it's a fucking real hot spring. They pump cold water into it so people can sit in it comfortably, which I thought was crazy. She's like, oh, the cold water is on full blast. And I was like, fucking what? But, that's
an option?
Yeah, we sat in this pool for like a half hour, freezing a little bit, kind of feeling it out. And
then a man got in with us, and we were in it. At that point, we were like, you know what? We're in it. This is real now.
Yeah.
So then we decided to move.
And I was like, it's probably more enjoyable if we just go sit.
If we have to send it. And the longer we were there, one thing that a lot of people hear about hot springs that kind of almost makes them a little squeamish or concerned is especially younger people, but you primarily only think that it's older people. And, being a really young couple and being around a bunch of nude older people rightfully would make you a little uncomfortable at least.
Right.
But there was a wonderful demographic of ages. It was, I would say anywhere from 20-year-olds our age, all the way, and then 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, all the way up to 80-year-olds. There was every kind of age group.
Vietnam
by
vets
themselves.
and fucking business majors at the same time.
Absolutely,
dude.
It was a bunch and different races, and it was beautiful. We felt hyper comfortable knowing that there were people our age there and a little bit older than us who felt like either alone or with their significant other or with a friend who were fully nude or half nude. Like that, I think, was the selling point for comfortability.
Yeah, when we were there, and this might be a little head ass, but I for real felt like this. Oh God, it sounds fucking nerdy just even saying it, but I felt like a connection to history almost, especially being in the West, Colorado, this is
the first frontier.
This is where the fucking settlers came by. When they came by, these pools were probably, they weren't pretty, but they were still here and hot. And, those people probably also took a rest and took time to enjoy themselves there. And I kind of just was able to, I felt like I was able to feel that energy the whole time we were there. And it was wonderful. Gave into that feeling.
It was also because these are natural hot springs, and it said on their website, and when we walked in, she explained it, but they're non-treated mineral based hot springs.
They just have filters downstream or upstream.
They just have filters in underneath and within the pools. But it's a mineral hot spring, so it's all natural mineral water, and you feel and then you see these mountains and this beautiful scenery while you're sitting there, and it's just absolutely stunning. And when we left and as we were going home and even that night, my skin I don't know about yours, but my skin was incredibly soft. I felt like so hydrated, and my skin felt so like moisturized and soft, and like if we lived there, we would be regulars. I will tell you that. They had a membership
program, bro.
We would sign up. We would, but also I would be a little nervous because that place is for swingers.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. And
but it's a little fun.
And to clear the elephant in the room, I did not pull my cock out. I kept the bottoms on the whole time.
I also kept the bottoms on the whole time.
It's a very freeing experience. Let me just say that. It was fun. I did feel like that is where swingers go to like try to pick up other swingers.
But it wasn't obvious. And it wasn't hostile.
No, there was no intrusive, like everything. And it
had a lot of camaraderie.
I felt like which we didn't, I'll leave it at that because we didn't. But if we were to be approached, I felt like people would have been
extremely respectful.
Yeah, like the vibe was so chill. The energy as soon as you walked into that place was great. It was almost like a spiritual experience for me.
Very, like one of the safest spaces I think I have ever been in.
Yeah. And,
personally.
You've been in tattoo conventions.
I've been in some extremely safe places, trans-owned, LGBT-owned, women-owned, like as a younger lady, like gay bars, anything like that. And that was one of the safest spaces I've ever been in.
A gay bar for like a 21-year-old straight woman?
Oh.
Dude, you might as well be in Fort Knox. Gay men still got muscles, dude. No, and they will protect their fucking ladies, bro.
The bears love me. I love the bears.
You know what? There are some of these bears I'll ride or die for that reason.
I also love my butch ladies. They're amazing.
The butch ladies kind of scare me a little bit.
They should.
And I think that's kind of what they want to do.
They should.
But all right, we left the hot spring. We were there for a while. Belle doesn't smoke, but we stepped out and I smoked and went back in and just enhanced the whole spiritual side of things. And that day happened to be, it's even more nerdy to the situation, our 4.5-year anniversary.
That was!
Wow. And so after that, I was like, let's, we can go to a little bit of a nicer spot. So in Telluride.
Yeah, Telluride.
I found this little Italian spot and had really good ratings. We went to this night. It's called like Bellavino.
I don't know. He picked it.
It was like Bellavino. Oh yeah, the hot springs is called Orvis Hot Spring.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the southwestern Colorado area.
If you're driving through, go give it a chance. Stay for a couple hours.
Like,
experience it.
You get all day pass. You get access all day.
It was like $22 a person.
Yeah, you can go back. You can fucking leave and come back as you please once you pay once for the day. Or they even have like lodging or camping there.
Yeah, it was completely full when we went, and I don't blame them. They have like wild cats that one dude was saying they got a peacock there.
Yeah, they got like fucking.
Go if you get the chance. That hot spring specifically, I can't speak on other ones and their vibe, but that one was amazing. So incredible.
Yeah, Tuesday,
10 out of 5 stars.
Tuesday was probably the highlight of our.
Absolutely.
I would say. But, yeah, we got awesome fucking dinner, and then we made the drive all the way back, and then we called it a night, because I think, we were just tired from the drive and sitting in the springs and all that shit.
We had a little drink after we got back.
We had to go to bed early, because Wednesday was your first day of work.
And I tattooed Gavin.
We were continuing, my big old croc piece that
his rib gator.
Rib croc.
Get all technical.
Yeah, we put another 4 hours into that.
Yeah.
In the Elysium Studios on Wednesday.
It was awesome. We got to really meet and shake hands and say hello to all the amazing artists. And Gavin sat amazingly. And we got, it's on my Instagram. Oh, can I plug myself?
It's going to cost you 10 pesos.
Oh,
10 gold doubloons.
Oh, I got that for
10 gold dragons.
If you want to see it, it is on my Instagram at BobboInks, BobboInks. He did amazing. He sat very, very well for the whole thing. We only used a little numbing spray twice, which is normal.
There's actually a lot of pictures of my skin.
On my page.
On my skinned body.
Yeah. You get some cool stuff.
You've mutilated me quite a few times.
I've had some of your pieces be posted for convention highlights.
That's true. Yeah, my Dwight.
Your Dwight and your chest or your chest tiger.
Really?
Yeah, did I not show you that?
No, what was that for, dude? That's fucking awesome. The chest. Oh god, I love my chest pieces. Dude, if you're a man and you are in good shape, get a chest tat. Just do it. You'll thank yourself later.
You will.
What convention was it posted in?
The middle of the map, Tennessee.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucking excited to go to Tennessee.
I gotta post it here, so.
Oh, yo, that's my tiger,
that is
dude.
yours.
Is that Bruno?
Yeah, that's on
Your
my coworker Kay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is one of my favorite pieces I've done to date.
That's really fucking cool.
And then what's also funny is the sidebar quick. You can add this or not. But the piece that I did on Kay is posted for our promotion on their page. And then the piece that Kay did for me is posted on her promotion for her page. So we kind of, she's an amazing artist as well. She does a lot of black and gray ornamental stuff. And we just are two peas in a pod. I feel like a lot of the time, love her to death.
Your guys' work together fills a whole spread of clientele.
Also with our just personalities, a goth lesbian versus like a very perky hippie full color straight woman. Yeah, I mean we're two peas in a pod, I would tell you that. Very very gothic, dark, black and gray lesbian and a very colorful hippie perky color artist. We are definitely a team to be reckoned with. Yeah, I will tell you what, with very strong opinions.
Man, woman, gay, they, fucking Blanco, they all fucking you guys will find a clientele. And
we share a clientele, which is amazing.
You guys have a lot of clients that will
we'll go both of us, and we're just like I said, we're a force to be reckoned with. And you mess with one of us, you mess with the other, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a cool thing that you guys do. Fucking sidebar, that in the industry I feel like is more rare. Instead of feeling like, oh, why the fuck you taking my clients? You guys are more like,
the industry is changing, especially with women tattooers.
With women,
it is very different, and we also work at a very specific shop that's very inclusive about sharing, and we have a they so. We went off on a tangent there. I apologize.
Come see the ladies.
Come see us.
The ladies and the theys at Red Lotus Tattoo. Wednesday I got tattooed by Miss Belle, lovely lady. And then what did we do for dinner? I don't even remember.
I think you were really tired. I think we just went back. Oh, no, because that was our midday. We had gotten a really breakfast. We tattooed you, and we got a really Chinese food. And I got pad thai, and it was just not pad thai. It was not good. The chicken was good, surprisingly. Usually, if pad thai is bad, the chicken in it is bad.
Oh wait, about that Chinese food, dude. We hardly ever stay at hotels. Normally, we stay at Airbnbs when we go places, and we got a delivery, and you made the delivery. And
I did.
And hotels do this cool thing with delivery apps where
you can put in like your room number of the hotel.
Yeah, and they
obviously
and we were thinking, that we're just like, we'll pick up our food. They said they'll be
paying in cash.
They said they'll be here in 15 minutes. We'll go wait in the lobby. Meet in the lobby, and Belle didn't tell me any of this. So to my knowledge, I was like, okay, we're just going to go sit in the lobby
wait for someone to carry in food.
Wait for probably a Chinese man to bring us our food because it's coming from a Chinese restaurant. And then out of nowhere, it wasn't even a Chinese man. It was a lady.
An older white lady.
She just walks in carrying a tray of what is obviously, brown bags, rice containers,
you
of Chinese
smell it.
Food.
And I went, oh. That's our Chinese food. And she went to go up to the elevator, and I went, oh,
and
she's going to our room.
And I was like, what is happening? And Belle's like, we gotta run, we can beat her. And we see the lady fucking press the elevator button, and Belle books it down the hallway. And I was like,
go to the stairs.
And I was like, I just got tattooed. I am not running. And I was like, fuck running right now.
We both got into our room, and she came to the door, and she was like, you guys were just down in the lobby, right? And I was like, yeah. And I made a joke. I thought I could beat you here because I didn't want to seem weird. It was weird.
And so yeah, apparently if you're in a hotel and you order food, they'll just
bring it to you.
They'll bring it right to you, which is
We do usually stay in Airbnbs, so we usually go pick up our food, or it gets delivered like through DoorDash and stuff like that. So, but the Airbnbs out there were more expensive than the hotels, and the hotel was expensive.
And it was a nice hotel though. But also, I feel like everything out there was old. Anyways,
yeah, it was cool.
That was Wednesday. Nothing eventful besides me getting tattooed and being in pain. Thursday was your first day of work without me.
Yeah.
And this is a thing I've done. What?
I was going to say, I can take it from here on how my day went if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to interject. We went to LA, and it was for a similar reason. You were working, and I was
It wasn't really work.
Along.
I was doing basically like a tattoo or TED Talk. I wasn't tattooing.
Yeah, working still, kind of in a way.
It was a seminar. It was a learning.
You weren't guest spotting.
I was learning.
But, so it's the second time I've done this, but I brought my PS5 because I was like, you know what? We got a fucking hotel room, and I'm just going to bring my PS5 through TSA. And, you know, that might get some looks, but...
You've gotten good interactions in the past.
Yeah, fucking, I'm going to protect my carry-on bag with my life because I'm not... Dude, I saw the way they handled those checked bags. You fucking catch me dead before I check my PS5. Get out of here. But, so yeah, you know, I was just hanging out at the hotel room, recovering. I bought some edibles at the dispensary that first day. I just munched down some edibles and tried to just chillax and, you know, feel out that rib tat pain. And, yeah, how was your first day at Elysium? Well, not even your first day, your second day at Elysium.
Can we pause? I have to pee.
Yeah, we can take a little pee break.
Cool.
I'll pack a little bowl or something. All right. We're back. Just took a fresh rip off that Mammoth Sour Diesel.
Took a nice piss.
I think the brand Mammoth is a town in Colorado, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it is. It must come from out of there. Good carts, really good carts, and brought a couple of them home. Anyways, Thursday at Elysium Studios. My Thursday was recovery. Let's hear about yours.
My Thursday was great. I had a client who pre-booked. She had booked probably...
Mammoth is in California.
Your turn.
It was. I had to get that out there. All right.
I had a client pre-book probably about a month and a half, at least a month. I had an H.P. Lovecraft inspired...
Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. The fucking MacBook's been really weird tonight. I think I gotta update it. All right, keep going.
She wanted an H.P. Lovecraft inspired, quarter sleeve. So usually quarter sleeves, we talk about a future half sleeve and stuff like that. But usually you start with a quarter sleeve and whatnot. So she had sent me some Cthulhu, octopus, mixed with lady reference. She sent me just a jumble of references, which was awesome because it kind of showed that she was open to a lot of ideas. And I had designed, again, it is on my page if you would like to check it out.
It's a dope piece of work, dude.
BobboInks on Instagram. We gotta pause. She's calling me twice.
All right, we're getting a phone call, lads. Pause or...
My mom, sorry for the interruption, my mom just called me to tell me that Post Malone songs are now in the Fortnite Festival. So she loves the Fortnite Festival. I love her. But so we had booked an appointment, prior, and I had a lot of time to design the H.P. Lovecraft sleeve, start to a sleeve tattoo. And it's on my page if you want to check it out. BobboInks.
Oh my goodness. If we get the plugs, we heard it. We'll plug you again at the end.
You can cut some of them out.
I'm not going to cut them out.
But it was just great. She was really awesome. She was really kind. We did a full day, and I had wanted to kind of finish a lot of the line work and color in the first day, and then possibly book an appointment for her later in the year to have the piece be finished. But she chose a pretty large size. So like think about, very top of the shoulder, almost collarbone, all the way down a little bit past your elbow. So I love the larger sizes. We both decided that it looked a lot more correct and that it fit her arm way better. So line work did take a good amount of time along with the black work that we had to do in it. So, that took us a good portion of the day. We ended up starting color, but got to a place where we both were kind of like, there is a lot more that needs to be done for it to look at a point where it's finished. And she decided to graciously come back for a half day the next day. So she ended up taking up half of my day, which is, I called it all my day, on Friday. So I tattooed her all day on Thursday, so 6 hours, and then 3 hours on the following Friday. So 2 days back to back, like 1.5 days, I would say, hourly. And it turned out great. She was great. She was very kind. We had good conversation. She sat amazingly for the piece. She trusted me 100% to make her artwork. She wanted no changes, which is always so honoring to feel that your client really trusts you and really loves the artwork that you create for them.
And the piece you created, again,
it was so fun.
You can go look at it. It was a wild art piece, and
there's a lot going on.
The piece isn't even finished.
No,
I'm sure. I don't want to get to your thunder, but I mean, you're gonna finish it later.
I definitely hope so. It's all, at the end of the day, it's up to the client, but I am going back in like a month to Colorado, and we talked about, booking an appointment to fully finish the piece. But I understand, money can be a big portion and why people space out their tattoos so often. So
it's a luxury service.
Absolutely. So we may finish it in July, we may not. I'm open and prepared for both possibilities. If we get to finish it, I'm ecstatic. She wants to add, I prepped and designed to add a galaxy scene that kind of caps her whole shoulder and goes onto her collarbone and like chest area to kind of make it feel like a real space Cthulhu aspect of the tattoo. So I really hope to finish it at least some point in the future, whether it be soon, late, or a couple of years, I don't care. I definitely hope to finish it and continue to add more detail to the lady face and the little bits and pieces of the tattoo. And that was like the highlight tattoo, other than Gavin's, obviously, of my week, just because that's definitely something that was a lot of fun for me, and that I got to feel very creative in doing, and that she kind of sought me out and wanted to work with me in a town that I've never been in before. And as a freelance tattoo artist and as kind of an independent worker, it is hard to go to a new city and to get clients. So to get a client who wants something so awesome and to take up a full day and a half is very, very, very honoring. And you definitely feel very appreciated as an artist. So I want to thank her and thank the studio for having me for all those days. And Friday was a short day for me. And I think we did a couple things on Friday after I worked.
Oh, fucking A. What did we do on Friday?
I think we went out to eat.
Let's see. God, we're skipping days. So Thursday,
it was just me working, and I came home and we didn't really do much.
We went out to eat again on Thursday.
Oh, did we go to that Mama Ray's pizza place?
No, I think that was Friday.
Thursday really wasn't anything memorable.
Yeah, we didn't do anything crazy.
For the both of us. It was awesome for me, personally.
The only memorable part was that I brought my PS5 and the hotel Wi-Fi didn't work, and my PS5 couldn't connect to any single online server game.
We could watch shows.
Yeah, so I just watched Game of Thrones all day long.
Hell yeah.
Fucking, I've never talked about my love for that show on this show. Oh, get it all out. Yeah. But I used to talk so much shit about that show. I was like, I want to be a part of the 1% of the world that's never seen it.
No.
And then I watched it and I was like, yo,
Damn.
dude, what the fuck?
I hate on the 1% now.
I was like, yo, what, this show is so fucking
I'm
good.
about to recommend this to every motherfucking person.
Ever. And when people say they haven't seen it, I'm going to be like, what? Yeah, so
good. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
It's like the one Family Guy skit where Peter's like,
oh, when he's talking about The Wire.
Any show beside Breaking Bad or The Wire or Game of Thrones?
No, there's one episode where he talks about The Wire and he's like, I now must tell everybody I know to watch The Wire.
Yeah. Basically Game of Thrones with me. But yeah, I watched a lot of Game of Thrones. I wanted to relate that. I forgot to relate that when we were at the hot springs. It felt like a Game of Thrones scene when you would just look around and there was just
beautiful boobies,
little cocks and beautiful
bad dicks and beautiful boobies,
beautiful titties. Game of Thrones.
If you've ever seen Game of Thrones, you understand. Bad dicks and beautiful boobies.
They found some of the nicest looking titties in the world and some of the weirdest looking cocks
for that show, not for the hot springs.
Yeah, I said if you ever watched that show, yeah. Some of the weirdest cocks.
But Friday, he picked me up. It was an early day.
Was it?
Yeah, it was an early day because I only did that half day.
Saturday was the long day because that was So Friday, what did we do on Friday?
Let me see if I took any pictures really quick.
Yeah, we did we did more stuff, man. It wasn't just the hot springs.
Friday we had went out to their downtown area.
Did we?
Yeah, that's when we went to a little spot called Moody's.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. We went to Moody's.
And that was probably one of my favorite places we went out to eat. It was very like, the style was very prohibition, modern, antique, I would say.
Yeah, it was like dark lighting, but the posters everywhere were all black and white.
And about prohibition and it was
like
great.
Scarface style posters.
It was great. And it was we ordered, just delicious food. We got some great drinks, and then we walked around their downtown area. We got
I don't want.
We walked around we did walk around.
No, Wait, let me tell you.
Oh, we also went to the the Colorado National Monument.
That was on Friday. After we went to Moody's, we went straight to the monument.
We walked around a little bit. We got gelato and you wanted ice cream because we were going to order ice cream at Moody's.
That was Friday, dude? Are you sure?
Yep. But, you wanted to order ice cream at Moody's, and I said...
Look at this picture, dude. That's a beautiful picture.
And that was at 6 o'clock, and Moody's was at, like...
I think you took all the food pictures. You took all the food pictures. Oh, shit, and that's at 4.
That's why we did walk around a little
look
bit.
Look at our timelines on fucking...
We went to that antique shop.
So, yeah, we went
and found full-on cavalry weapons.
Yeah, bro, like fucking General Custard-ass swords.
It was cool. We got some gelato.
Went to I had a cinnamon ice cream shake.
I had like a cookie cheesecake ice cream. It was great. The place had bad reviews. Fuck all the people who left bad reviews. Place was great.
Dude,
they let you use the bathroom?
How do you fuck up delicious ice cream?
It was delicious.
And then we went to the Colorado National Monument. Paid $25 fucking to get into this monument.
Bogus.
But it
wouldn't have been.
I kind of take it back a little bit because it was $25 for a 7-day pass.
Yeah.
So we could even go back to Colorado up until Wednesday.
What did it say? The 13th?
The day this episode comes out. And Wednesday, 11 till
We can fly out there real quick and go back.
And go back to the monument.
I want to say sidebar really quick. You have to drive like almost a mile up. Like not a mile through, like a mile up to go through this monument. And it said there were signs posted everywhere that was like 25, ranging from like 20 to 35 miles an hour. There were people going about 50.
Dude,
through these mountains with no side barriers.
And it's like you think, it's like cartoon, like you're on the edge.
Straight road runner.
there's no shoulder, literally no shoulder, no barrier, just straight drop off. And motherfuckers are going 50 miles an hour.
Riding your ass, trying to pass you.
Yeah.
And
And
no passing lanes.
also, more than 2/3 of the National Monument was closed.
Oh, it was like 3/4 of, it was more than that. It was like 4/5.
7/8.
It was like,
of
I
the
think it was
monument.
like 30 miles long, and we went about 5 miles.
Yeah. Math. It's too late at night to do math. But it was still beautiful. I drove up the mountain and down the mountain, and they even had tunnels through the mountain that they carved.
They looked fake.
They looked fake, and they were extremely real, because they had like 20 signs that were like, turn on your fucking headlights, bro. We want people to see you going through this shit.
Yeah. Also, I want to say something too.
Uh-oh.
Gavin is a very much explorer guy. He loves to hike and explore and travel and be outdoors. I do not. I love to explore, don't get me wrong. I have severe asthma. I do not like to hike. And I told him when we went, I don't want to hike. He got me to go out once, and we found fire ants. And when I tell you I did not get out of the car except to go pee once, other than that, it would be correct.
She almost pissed on the side of the road when she found out we had to walk up a
I
little.
I wasn't going to do it. I have really bad asthma, and with that, if you have asthma in the Colorado heat and at that altitude.
Hot, dude. We're there in June. It's hot.
It's hot, and the altitude and the walking, and I didn't have my inhaler on me at the time. I'm so sorry. I'm not walking. I'm not doing it. It is very pretty in the air-conditioned car.
I thought it got hot here in June, and then I was in Colorado.
Well, hot here is different.
I was in Colorado at 3 o'clock on a fucking sunny day in June. It was rough. And then, yeah, after the monument, Colorado is so weird, especially Grand Junction. Grand Junction, when you're in town, normal, regular town, you drive
5 minutes.
15 minutes in almost any direction.
5.
And you're in the middle of
nowhere.
A Western movie.
You're in the middle of Breaking Bad.
It looks like Native Americans are about to come over the horizon and like charge.
Confront you.
Yeah, charge you and your wife. Like,
oh my God.
Dude.
That's so bad.
That's what it felt. I was like looking at the ridges. Like, I understand why pilgrims were so afraid.
I also am very upset about that national monument. Other than we didn't get to see a lot of it, we got a brochure when we came in. And one of my favorite animals ever is a longhorned sheep. Whether it's barrel-horned or spiral-horned, longhorned, I love horned sheep.
Yes, we've talked about your taxidermy collection as well.
I love horned sheep. I think they're so beautiful. I personally have 3 or 4 horned sheep taxidermy pieces myself because I love them so much. I have tattoos of horned sheep. I absolutely love them. And in the brochure, it said, we have horned sheep in the mountains. You know what I didn't fucking see? Horned sheep. I looked so hard. I did not see one. Even a female, like even a baby, it didn't even have to have horns. The only animal I saw was one singular lizard. Just like a normal ass lizard. I told Gavin to grab him and he didn't grab him. So.
He looked like he did not want to be grabbed.
He definitely wanted to be grabbed.
He did not. Dude,
just give him a little
lizards
kiss.
don't have painful bites, but they have spite in their bites.
Give him a little kiss.
Oh my God.
But I want to say I'm very upset about that. Don't market yourself as this is what you'll see. And I don't fucking see it.
I bet if we could have driven through the entire thing. So bullshit.
It was so, and you know,
it was so lame. Like,
it was. It wasn't lame, but the fact that we only went like a fifth of the way in it, and then they were like, "Nope, sorry, you got to completely turn around." It sucked, you know. But I get it, you know. Like I understand because the roadways are so small. So if there was a major accident or a landslide that had happened, they can't let people through. But also maybe why don't you say, hey, like this much of our monument is closed, we're gonna give you a discount on the price because you can't fucking see way over half of it.
It was almost like it came out to like a little bit under $1 a mile. We should have only paid like $5.
Yeah. If it was $25 and we only saw a fifth of it, that's math.
There, the math is mathing on that. So yeah, that was Friday. I can't believe that was Friday. I felt like that was a lot later than Friday.
And then I think, we had wanted to do wine tasting, but had decided that like, we have to drive.
Grand Junction, if you're from Minnesota, Grand Junction is similar to like St. Cloud. Or like Brainerd.
Yep.
Or not Brainerd, Duluth.
Duluth. I would say Duluth.
It's like a small town. Like the population of Grand Junction, what was it like?
I have no idea. You looked it up. I don't know. 150,000.
Yeah, like 160,000, 159,000 in Minneapolis.
Like one hospital.
Yeah, Minneapolis is 3 million people, so it's like
these wineries were far away,
and Ubers aren't just like
around
on the ready
on call.
Right now we could call an Uber
and go anywhere.
Yeah. And besides Minneapolis, actually, you can't Uber in Minneapolis anymore.
Fuck Uber for that. Fuck them for not wanting to pay their workers at least a minimum wage.
For a different day. I can't believe I didn't cover that. That's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, and then Uber to and from this winery, we would have paid almost $100 in rides. Mm-hmm. So we were like,
that's also why we got the rental car. But we wanted to like get drunk, and we gotta drive.
And I'm not getting behind the wheel after.
In lieu of us not going to a winery, what we ended up doing was, did I mess it up?
No, you're good.
Okay. In lieu of going to a winery, what we ended up doing was going to just like a liquor store and buying some local wine. And we just went back to the hotel, and I got like a local rosé, a sweet rosé, and Gavin got a fucking sangria.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
No, don't. It was only good cold.
Well, yeah, wine is supposed to be served chilled.
Fair. It was not good.
It wasn't good warm.
It wasn't
this
good.
Minnesota wine is better than the Colorado wines we had.
It was okay
this
cold.
This wine?
Yeah, this wine that we have right now. This
I would next time I go.
This Lake Town sparkling rosé.
Next time
is really good.
I buy a bottle, I'm gonna buy 2 because I could.
It's good. Yeah,
bottle.
You could even buy yourself a white.
This is the only kind they had.
Oh,
well,
you could go to Total Wine.
To be honest, I looked at just the rosé section, but because I mean, you know me, I'm a rosé guy. But
you're a white guy. You are a white guy who likes white.
But also a good rosé. I like a really sweet, almost rosé kind of.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, we have finished this bottle while doing this episode, so.
Yeah, you said something funny. You're like, I understand how you guys get hammered when you do this.
Yeah, I do very much. Like, I'm ready to take another shot. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, but also it's 10 o'clock and I have to get up for work.
Oh, I have to draw too.
I have to get up for work at 6 in the morning.
I have to work tonight still.
But yeah, so that was Friday.
Yeah. We did like a little at-hotel wine tasting.
We didn't finish the bottles, so then on Saturday we were also doing our wine tasting. But Saturday,
I was at Elysium very late.
Yeah, you had a triple appointment, right?
I took 5.
Oh, you did 5. Wow.
I did 5 tattoos.
You were a full-on walk-in.
I did.
That day.
Being a local artist here in Minnesota, Minneapolis area, usually my books are fairly full with larger appointments, full day appointments. Like most of my month right now is full day appointments. So I don't really ever get to do the occasional walk-in. Everything is completely fully thought out and designed prior to, and a lot of research is done on my end. And, like even I just said, I have to draw tonight still, and I got to sit down and do research and sit down for, 2 hours and still design a project for these next couple days. But I don't get to do walk-ins, and walk-in tattoos are very much as it sounds. You walk in, they design it, get it tattooed. So I got to do 5 walk-ins, and it was really cool because one of the other artists who was there was tattooing a dude, and his girlfriend had come in with the client was the dude getting tattooed by one of their artists, and the dude had brought his girlfriend, and I came in and I was talking to the front desk girl, and I was like, hi, like, I'm here, I'm ready to do walk-ins all day, so whatever you get, I'm here to do. And I was like, I think I'll take my last one around 5:36, because I still want to relax, and we gotta pack up all our shit and stuff. So she was like, okay, sounds good. And I had went up to just sit in an area to draw, and the guy who was getting tattooed girlfriend had overheard me. And, you get that little feeling every once in a while. You're like, ooh, she got time. She here. I'm gonna get tattooed. And that's exactly what that girl did. And she wanted like a very nice fine line, like detailed, but just detailed with lines, sea turtle. And we did it on her. And then I got a very kind, and it was great. She was awesome. She sat really well. She tipped me. It only took me about an hour. She absolutely loved it. We did it over her knee too. So when she kind of moved her knee, it looked like the sea turtle was kind of moving.
I didn't see pictures of that one. That's cool.
Oh, I'll show you really quick.
Yeah, you haven't really posted a lot of your...
I posted it on Facebook.
Grand Junction.
I posted a lot of stuff on Facebook. Everyone was asking.
Is Facebook common for artists to use, like Instagram?
It's more middle-aged.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So I did that, and then immediately after, I had an older gentleman who was a Utah native. I don't know exactly why he was here, but he was so kind. He was so fun. And I also just love walk-ins because they bring out like a personality in me that's like, I have to sit down and talk with you and know who you are. And, I absolutely adore doing walk-ins when I get the chance and when I have the mindset to. And he was so fun. He wanted to continue on a memorial piece for his daughter. So we did that.
Whoa, his walk-in was continuing a piece?
He just had like a little feather on his arm.
Okay.
And then his daughter's tombstone had a feather with an infinity sign and some birds. So he wanted to make the feather into what the tombstone had looked like.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was really nice. We put some color. He fully trusted me. He was very kind, and he loved that piece so much. He was like, can you do this one? And showed me like a kind of like an American traditional broken arrow design. And I was like, oh, absolutely. Can you just give me 15 minutes? I'll draw it up. And he loved it. We added some red, and tattooing older skin is a little bit more difficult, but it came out great, and I was super happy. He tipped me very, very well. We had great conversation over taxidermy and Native Americans, and just like...
Yeah, he asked you what Native Americans were in Minnesota.
We're here in Minnesota, and I felt so terrible. I did not know the absolute answer.
Do you know now? Because we looked it up.
Sioux and Ojibwe.
No.
It's Sioux. Sioux is one of them.
No, it was Dakota and Ojibwe.
The Sioux was one of them. Sioux.
No, dude.
Yes, it was.
It was the Dakota and the Ojibwe.
If he's right, guys, I'm gonna leave. This is gonna be my call, and I'm gonna go.
Native. We just Googled it. Like,
if he's right, this is gonna be my call to leave.
So, in like. They have like 2.
It's a Midwest.
So they have like 2 that are like the main ones that were only from Minnesota.
I almost told him Ojibwe.
And
I felt like I was wrong. But I told him, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know. And I feel bad for not knowing. But I was like, don't quote me. So I feel so bad. I don't remember middle school.
The main 2. So the lower Sioux, when they were in Minnesota, were called Dakota.
So it is Sioux.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they were just called... You are blushing right now. Your face is red.
Dude, I was so nervous.
But,
I feel so bad.
That's a very interesting thing to have knowledge on. And I feel like Americans, we should have more. I mean, maybe it's just
Absolutely.
us.
No,
Maybe
we
it's
should
just
know
you,
more about the
maybe it's just
original
you
culture.
and me who don't.
Fuck. No, we need to stop. Moving
But
on.
like, fuck, man, that's like, I've never met someone who's like actually interested. It's kind of
cool.
a unique. That's cool. Yeah, that
but
was my point.
he was just amazing. He was an amazing guy. He tipped me really well. And then the last appointments that I had were 3 ladies. It was a niece and 2 aunts who had gotten just some lettering, one on their spine.
Sounds like a porno. A niece and 2 aunts. I'm sorry.
You get to sit in your silence now.
Well, this is why the boys would have laughed at that.
I'm talking very professionally. Yeah, and they were great. They wanted us saying that they had told each other since, the niece was a very young girl, and she got it on her spine, and the 2 aunts, one got on the base of her foot, like the side base of her foot, and the other one got on her, like her below her elbow on her forearm. And they were great, and they also tipped me very well, which I'm very happy about and always super appreciative, and they loved it, and they were great company and a great end to my night. And then the studio had like a little barbecue that Gavin attended with me as our last kind of day.
They invited me for whatever reason. I felt special.
You're with me.
I was thinking,
you're in this industry, if you want Belle without Gavin, you can't have Belle. We kind of
come as a package deal.
Yes, we do.
Like the first day,
you can't get one without the other.
Like
at least on my
normally
end.
When it's like the shop attendant or like the front desk guy or person, normally when a guest artist comes in, I'm assuming they just give the tour to the guest artist.
Oh, you're coming with me.
But like he came with me. I got the tour, and like at some point
he got to be introduced.
Yeah,
he got hugs. He got love. He got talked to.
I make myself well acclimated with the people in the industry.
I like to, when I am in a new space with Gavin, and when I'm there, with Gavin. I am Gavin, and Gavin is me. We are, you get us as a deal. I am, at the end of the day, the one who's going to be tattooing and the one who's going to be tattooing you. But I make it very clear that this is my forever partner and that he is here with me.
I hope that doesn't come off as like cheesy? I feel like we aren't annoying about it. Like, oh, this is because
it's just how it is.
Because in the past I've had coworkers like. I don't want to out one of my coworkers, but like I've had a coworker who used to like, they would be on FaceTime with their partner, they're on a lawnmower, so they would have themselves muted. They would like be on FaceTime and prop the phone up and be like, yeah,
that's emotionally abusive.
And it's like
I went through that,
and it's like and I hope people don't view us as that.
No, I mean in a very like. When you meet me for the first time, I want to make it very clear that, like, and my partner is with me, that, like, I am happy to introduce you, and that this is my partner, and that, he came with me, and he is here to support me, and that's really what it is, that you came to support me, and that, like, fuck, you paid for a lot of the shit, I hope you get to fucking meet everybody and see the studio, too. It's cool, and like I know you wanted to meet a lot of those people, and given the chance, you did want to meet Miss Ashley.
Ryan Ashley.
He has taken pictures in front of billboards of her, little cutouts of her.
She has a teddy bear, like a custom teddy bear with that zoo animals or whatever.
Yeah.
I bought her. I have her teddy bear.
He took a little picture. We adore her the same. I would drop everything for that lady. And I'm a little sad. I'm a little melancholy that I didn't get to meet her, but I think that she's doing something big right now, so I respect her and her space and her time.
I know
absolutely
she's a busy woman.
But I also wanted to bring him just in case she was there.
I was thinking
that's like a celebrity crush for him.
And I was thinking, she's gonna be there and I was like, Saturday they're doing the barbecue, and
Saturday.
I was like, fuck, she might be there.
So. And we met a lot of the other artists, and they treated him just as much as they treated me, and it was amazing.
It was nice. I feel very blessed that all of they're just people at the end of the day. And for a lot of
truly
regular people, it's hard to just notice that. But everyone's a regular person. Everyone is.
But when you have 1 million followers on Instagram, you get a little blindsided.
But for those people to just like, hey man, you fucking want a brat? We grilled some brats. It's like,
absolutely, I do. You get this famous guy going, I grilled brats for you. You want one? You're like, fuck yeah! It feels cool.
It was a cool experience. All of the people there that I met and dealt with, kind. Personally, were great. Yeah. And
I'm very happy that they treated Gavin with just as much respect as me.
And they better. No.
It's not common.
But yeah, and then that was Saturday. Sunday, we made our way home. We had a connection flight in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. Again.
Fuck Dallas, Fort Worth.
And our original flight was...
I'm going to Dallas, I'm not flying through there.
Our flight was out of Grand Junction at 3... No, it was
4:30.
4:30, and we were supposed to get to Dallas at...
7:50.
7... Really?
7:50.
Why is it so long to get there?
Because it's a time zone change.
Oh, because they go forward an hour. Yep. So anyway, 7:50, and then we were going to board... and be home in Minneapolis, landing
at 11:45.
And we were like, cool, you know what? That kind of sucks, but then, it's not so bad. I'll be able to work the next day, whatever. And then we get to a tip if you're traveling, and if you're traveling at a small airport, don't get there early.
No.
Because we got to our airport 3 hours early, just because we wanted to have a drink and chill out, and we were ready to go home.
Let's backtrack just a tiny bit.
What?
On a Sunday morning, we went out for breakfast, and I almost died.
Oh yeah, you almost got hit by a car.
Someone almost full on barrel hit me in a car.
Yeah, we had had the walk sign, the pedestrian walk guy. So we started walking as you would, and a man was like, "There's people walking, fuck them."
And full on almost hit me, and I would have won a really cool, expensive settlement.
Yeah, we would be wearing some nice clothes right now. But, or be drinking some
No, we'd be in a
wine.
Hospital right now.
We'd still be in Colorado.
In a hospital, yeah. The best hotel room ever.
But, yeah, we got to the flight 3 hours early, and apparently if you're at a small enough airport, the fucking workers who will check you into your flight don't get there until 2 hours before the plane.
Our flight was at 4:30, and we didn't get to the airport until 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
as reference.
So yeah, we were there. So we had to sit
wait an hour and a half
in the regular area for an hour. And then
I slept.
We got on the plane. Was there anything? You probably remember the details of this better than I do.
Before we had went to the airport, we went to a really awesome place called The Goat in the Clover, which was my personal favorite breakfast place.
Oh yeah, it was a good breakfast spot.
So I wanted a drink before we had left and went to the airport because Gavin so graciously drove. So I was like, I want a drink. I want a mimosa. I want a breakfast drink.
Oh, yeah.
and we get to this. We found this restaurant just like walking, and it was a very Irish style place, which I personally love. I love Irish
pubs
food.
Are great.
I love it. And they had brunch, and I was like, perfect. This is perfect. A traditional breakfast or like a traditional bangers and mash skillet. You can look that up if you'd like, but it was delicious. And I wanted a drink, and the server came over so fast, I didn't get to look at all the brunch drinks that they had.
And we were kind of in a hurry, just with the thought in the back of our minds of we're catching a flight in a couple hours.
And I was like, and we wanted to stop at a rock shop still, so we had kind of set a timeline for ourselves. So she came over so fast, and I didn't really get to look at the menu, and I wanted a mimosa, and the first thing I saw was a mimosa flight. If you don't know what a flight is, basically it's basically like a large test trial taste testing of different drinks. And I was like, I will order your mimosa flight. In my head, I thought it was going to be 3 half glasses of different mimosas. So a half glass of a regular mimosa, a half glass of a blueberry pomegranate mimosa, a half glass of an apple juice mimosa. No. It was...
No.
It was obviously for groups of 4 or more people. It was an entire glass of champagne. An entire bottle. Not glass. An entire bottle of champagne. And like 3 tiny little juices. Which were amazing, by the way. But Gavin wasn't drinking. He was going to drive. So he did not drink.
I had like a shot of champagne. A shot of champagne.
A sip. And so I, at like 11:30, maybe noon, I don't know, 11:30 noon, had to attempt to drink an entire bottle of champagne. I did not succeed. It beat me. That is also why I took a nap at the
airport. At the
airport. But we went to...
I love champagne.
It was good, but damn, it was really hard to... It was obviously meant for 4 more people. It was not meant for 1.5 persons.
After seeing her reaction, I was like, fuck. So when we got to the airport, I drank. I had 2 or 3 mimosas at the airport.
I fell asleep at the airport from the mimosas.
Fucking after
this. From the entire bottle of champagne.
This was after your nap because we had to wait that whole time. But, yeah, our flight to Dallas was good. And then...
No rock shop?
Some bullshit happened. We went to a rock shop. It was a rock shop. It was
cool. I really liked the person who was working there. They were really cool.
It was your traditional rock shop.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about your cool rock?
He
got a cool rock.
I got a cool rock.
Own it. It's cool.
I call it my reading rock now because it's like a weird magnifying glass where, hold on, you set it on paper or you're reading
over
text
or an image,
and it perfectly displays it only if you're like
viewing it directly from the top.
It's almost like a privacy screen rock, and it sounds not. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like I don't even know what kind of rock.
It looks like a clear quartz.
It wasn't labeled.
It looks like clear quartz.
There was just a price tag, and it was over some newspapers, and I was like, "Why are all these rocks on newspapers?" And I looked at the rock, and I was like, "Yo, it's like I'm reading the newspaper through a rock." And like I'm looking at my piece of paper right now with this rock, and I'm looking at it straight on, and I can read my writing like.
And it's like an inch and a half. Glass. It's like an inch and a half wide rock. It's not skinny.
It's like about an inch and a half.
It's not just like a little sleeve of rock. It's
thick rock. Yeah. I'm holding it, dude. Oh my God, I'm holding it up to, bro, the tats. I'm holding it on my tats.
I'm holding it on my tats.
Put it on your tats. It looks really cool. Dude, you can like zoom in on your tats in through a rock.
It's pretty crazy, dude.
It was only $14. I was like, I'm not a crystal man, but this fucking weird rock.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's
pretty nifty.
I knew you wanted to talk about your cool rock.
It looks weird.
And then we had went to the airport and everything, and don't get there early. They're not fucking there until 2 hours before your flight. We checked everything. We got up through TSA. We had a couple drinks. Our first flight from Grand Junction to Dallas was fine. I think it wasn't even delayed. It was perfect.
No,
everything was fine. We'd got a little bit of lunch, everything like that. A couple drinks at their tiny little bar.
Sidebar, just got the notification about your your Facebook post.
I posted that like 2 days ago.
Belle Halverson tagged you in a post.
You can say Jay. I don't know.
I wasn't going to say your last name, and I was like, fuck it.
It's so public.
Bless you. Oh, bless you. Yeah, and then some fuck shit happened at Dallas.
So we had our first flight from Grand Junction to Dallas. And then our second flight was from Dallas to home, to MSP. And
fucking love MSP.
Okay.
The
Do you want
Humphrey Terminal 1? No, you tell. You probably remember the details better than me.
All right. So Our original flight from Dallas to MSP was boarding at...
Oh my God. Your body doesn't want you to tell this story, dude.
Our original flight was boarding from Dallas to MSP at 9:20. So we had about an hour and a half layover. So perfect. We land, we go get a drink at a Pizza Hut.
Oh my
in the
God.
middle of Dallas Airport.
The Dallas-Fort Worth Airport has a Pizza Hut with a
bar.
full-service bar. I got a Moscow Mule from a Pizza Hut.
I feel so bad for the dude who works
he
there.
liked it. He liked it.
No, he
Nope,
didn't.
He did.
No,
he was
didn't.
watching the game. He was watching the. He
That doesn't
liked
mean
it.
He enjoyed it.
He liked it.
But, and then we finish our drinks, we pay, we go sit down, and our flight is delayed about 20 minutes. Okay, cool. No problem. Now we have to board at like 9:40, 9:50. Not a big deal. Cool, whatever. So we get on that flight after it's delayed. And we're sitting there, and we get fairly nice seats.
We didn't pay extra for them.
No, we didn't. We don't pay for any extra seating.
The random number generator.
We accept it. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones, and you got to accept it. If we take a very long flight, maybe we'd pay, but you know what I mean. And so we sit on the flight, and Gavin's watching Game of Thrones, and each episode of Game of Thrones is about 58
minutes.
About an hour. And I'm drawing. So, when you're watching a show that you really enjoy, or when you're doing a hobby that you really enjoy, you kind of lose track of time. And, Gavin is getting near the end of his episode, and we hadn't started drawing, and he hadn't started watching his episode until we got on the plane and settled even a little bit.
Yeah, like we sat down and we do the thing where I don't want to expose our trick, but it doesn't matter what fucking group you're in. Just be in the end of the line to get on the plane.
Yeah, we
were like one of the last people on the plane.
Last groups, yeah.
So we sit down, put all our shit in the, the upper hand
We're
trays.
getting comfy.
I watch in a full 58.
They had done
58. They did, the safety.
Done the safety check.
If the mask comes down, put it on before you put it on your baby.
I did like a fully rendered drawing.
And after the credits roll to that episode,
he's kind of looking at me.
It was almost kind of serendipitous timing. Like as soon as that episode was over,
he kind of looked at me.
And then the pilot comes on, and he's like, "What? Just start talking if you want to say something." What?
And the pilot comes on and he goes, "I'm sorry about the wait, folks. It looks like we have a fuse that is blown, and we're trying to see if we can fly up in the air without that fuse. So we're just trying to get a technician out here, so it'll only be 10-15 minutes. Me and Gavin kind of look at each other like, we've been sitting here for an hour. We've been sitting in the plane, not moving.
The bridge is pulled away, the gate's closed.
But we haven't moved.
Yeah, we're still at the terminal, or at the gate, but it's closed and the bridge is pulled away
for an hour.
We're ready to be taxied. They were just doing their safety checks, and apparently they found some fuck shit.
They found a fuse, and basically the fuse was a warning light.
I don't know.
Some kind of light.
He said it was, some warning sensor or whatever, which a warning sensor sounds, especially if you're flying through the mountains.
A plane!
Through the mountains. And he was like, we'll have a tech come look at it, folks. Sorry. And we wait another, it ends up being like 25, 30 minutes. And then the pilot comes back on and he's like, all right, folks, looks like shit's busted.
He was basically like, we can't
I don't know what the fuck's wrong.
No, he said, we can't legally fly this plane with this sensor out.
He said specifically at night, which I was like,
shit.
That's kind of sus.
So he was like, we're going to try and find another plane.
He said a new word I've never heard in an airport before. Deplane.
He said we're going to try and deplane you guys.
No, he said we are gonna deplane you guys. This bitch is not going in the air tonight.
And find you another plane. And you heard the whole plane do a very, very, very soft
a sigh in unison.
Because we've all been waiting. It got delayed for 20 minutes, and now we've been waiting for an hour and a half, so it's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we would have already been home.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Our original planned flight would have had us home at that time. And so, yeah, we had to go to a completely different... He was like, all right, folks, we'll have you go all the way over here. We had to take a sky... It was funny. It was fucking midnight.
Yeah.
And an entire plane of people got on, like, the Dallas transit system.
Yeah, a little tram.
It was just like 100
It was like a
group
of ants.
And everyone... It was kind of like follow the leader. Everyone was kind of just like
following like
the
two
next
people.
person in front of them, and we made it. We ended up making it to our plane. They did their safety checks, and
everything was good.
They had to do the safety protocol twice, and we heard this, bro. Like half hour ago.
We're here. They had to like completely redo the whole scan your ticket.
Yeah.
Do the whole group. We're now calling group 1 and all active military residents.
Yeah, that was a good impression. Yeah, so they did all that again. We fucking waited at the end of the line again. This time we were like 3/4.
So one thing that is really funny that I want to mention is we had it was 3-seater, so it's 3 seats on one side, 3 seats on another, and me and Gavin were I had the window seat and Gavin had the middle seat, and then there was a gentleman who had the aisle seat. And when we were boarding the plane the first time, I hadn't even seen him board, and when we got on, he was in the aisle, and so we were like, oh, we're sitting here, like, and he had to get up and move for us to get in. The second time we had to get on the second plane, I watched this man wait for us to get in line before him so he didn't have to get up out of his seat to move for us, which I think is very respectful.
He's a smart man.
It was a little funny because we were looking for him and he was kind of looking for us, and it was really funny. So that was kind of funny.
We were kind of like, do you see him? Did he stay here? Is he getting a different plane?
Because they had the option where you could change your flight.
No, it wasn't an option.
It was.
They didn't mention it. It was
on the app.
They just said, we're going to put you guys on a different plane. But, I mean, you're free. It's America. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck yeah.
But we made it home. We landed at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and we were supposed to... So we boarded our final and second plane. After deboarding and getting on the second plane, we got on that plane at 11:45 p.m. We were originally, our very original flight was supposed to land in MSP at 11:45.
Yeah.
How serendipitous.
Yeah, so it's funny how that works. But we made it home.
Yeah.
We slept in our own beds last night.
We did.
We're here talking about it while it's fresh. But we've been going on hour 40 minutes now.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm tired, to be honest.
A little eepy.
I'm gonna call it for me personally.
Well, thank you so much for having me on for your first episode of It Is Wednesday.
My first episode.
My first episode.
Thank you.
It Is Wednesday.
For being here.
Yes.
Anytime. Taking your time. Your presence was lovely.
Oh, I hope so.
This is Wednesday. We have Belle at BobboInks, BOBBO.
INKS.
If you don't know how to spell inks, you probably shouldn't be on Instagram. But yeah.
Or otherwise known as BobboInks.
BobboInks, informally known. Yeah, go check her shit out. Thanks for listening to It Is Wednesday. Much love. We'll talk at you soon. Adios.